Hey, what's going on, guys? Neil here, bringing you a brand new video. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Nancy Pelosi, the former House Speaker, 5 stocks that she sold going into the end of 2022. I'm going to talk about those specific stocks, the implications it has, and what this could mean for the overall market moving forward. So if you guys like this type of content, definitely consider subscribing, commenting, and liking the video for the YouTube algorithm. So let's get right into it. So this article by Investor Place shows that though the Democrats lost control of the lower chamber of Congress, demand for information regarding Nancy Pelosi stocks remain hot. Not surprisingly, then, when the news broke that former House Speaker exited many positions, some of them at a loss, this move generated headlines. So what exactly did she do, and when did she do it? And she uses her husband as a proxy, by the way. So a lot of people like to follow her trades because she had a lot of good trades in 2020 and 2021. She's, has to disclose her trades a little bit after they happen, of course, but she's required to disclose her trades. She was never found guilty of any sort of insider trading, but clearly she does have a lot of insider knowledge as the former House Speaker and a member of Congress. So according to the Financial Disclosure Reports database by the U.S. House Reps, she sold a total of 30,000 shares of Google on December 20th, 21st, and 28th. Each transaction between $500K and $1 million. So this is big money. This isn't small money. Former speaker sold 2,000 shares of Netflix on the 29th and 30th at a loss, for 60K loss. Each transaction was about 250 to 500K. She also dumped 5,000 shares of Tesla at a 500K loss. 10,000 shares of Disney at a 100K loss. And then PayPal, also, she lost almost $1 million on PayPal, her PayPal transaction. So what exactly does this mean, and why did she potentially do this? I don't think this dump was because of necessarily insider news or information. A lot of this probably was to offset potential other capital gains that they had. So they kind of were tax loss harvesting potentially. I think that's a lot of what they were doing here, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Hey guys, just a quick cut in the video just to bring you guys this breaking news. So Paul Pelosi, which is the husband of Nancy Pelosi, sold Google shares prior to the DOJ antitrust suit against Google, right? So Paul Pelosi, who is Nancy Pelosi's husband, was making a lot of different, very skeptical and sketchy trades over the past 2 years. And recently he went ahead and sold 30,000 shares of Google right before this lawsuit. So that's obviously raising a lot of questions on whether or not they have insider information or not. And then so Republican Senator Josh Hawley, he introduced the Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments, the Pelosi Act, this week, which would ban lawmakers in Congress from stock trading. He reacted to on Twitter to the news about Pelosi's latest family stock trade. He's saying people have asked why I named a stock trade ban the Pelosi Act. Now you know why. So it's definitely very interesting to see how they're going to crack down on this insider trading, especially in Congress. So let's get right back into the video. Her stocks definitely are in popular trend. 50% over 50% of Americans, even from her own party in December 2022, still have an unfavorable view of her. But clearly they have an interest, especially with retail traders, right? A lot of people on TikTok and on social media have, called her out saying she just happens to know when things are going to pump, right? And it's not a coincidence, as we all know. So, according to the research published by Journal of Public Economics, the author of the study found no evidence of superior investment performance looking in the aggregate or at the senators specifically accused of informed trading, and that was between January 2012 and 2020. So they weren't found guilty, but clearly that's not the end for retail traders following them. There was public outcry in 2020 when she sold equity shares right before the coronavirus pandemic. A lot of moves that she made have been very tactical and very, very skeptical. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on what she does moving forward. But I don't necessarily think this is a dump in anticipation of like a black swan event happening necessarily, like she has insider information. But we'll see. So this website, Tradelitics, has a trade summary of her all her trades, her portfolio, performance, etc., her most traded stocks. So it's something cool to look at. So we already talked about a lot of her big sells, right? A lot of these sales, there's some of the smaller sales you can see here too, Roblox, AB. All these sales led to a $2.5 million loss, or maybe even more. But like I said, I think it's to offset a lot of gains. Tesla here with a $5 million position inflow. This is the largest inflow over the last 6-12 months. Tesla, Google, Apple, Microsoft, AXP. These are all stocks I like myself even, so that's kind of funny. But if you guys want to see a video on my top 5 stocks going into 2023, let me know. You can see her like ETF versus kind of the S&P. So this takes, her quote unquote ETF, which is essentially the stocks that she owns. And it's an estimation of her trades, right? It's not 100% accurate, but you can see that her performance tends to do better than the S&P, until right now, right? Recently, she's done a lot worse in 2023 specifically, and that's going to be because of that sale of the stock. Since she sold, we can go down here and see the ETF allocation timeline, but the most important thing is since she sold around the end of December here, we had a pretty good jobs report, and that kind of pumped the market up a little bit. So if anything, if she had insider information of, let's say, the jobs report or some sort of good news coming out, she probably wouldn't have sold, right? She would have held. And we got, it was a small pump, right? But a little pump nonetheless on the S&P. So if you guys can see, we're back to levels, that we were at right around, even above, where we dipped down for the COVID dip. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. I think we still are one black swan event away from maybe even creating new lows below this 350 here from last year or at the end of last year. But it's going to be interesting to see if we can hold support here and kind of maybe bounce up moving forward here, maybe kind of be a rocky road this year, but eventually maybe later this year, a lot of analysts are predicting that we're going to have a better second half of the year. So definitely something to keep an eye on. I'm currently only dollar cost averaging into quality. Like I said, I will make a video on my personal strategy for stocks in 2023 and some of my top picks as well. So if you guys like this type of content, like I said, consider subscribing, commenting, liking down below. If you guys want some free stocks or crypto, check out my affiliate links below. And if you guys want to reach out to me or join my community, join my Discord below. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks.